guys, and welcome back to our Microsoft Flight Simulator career. We are currently at 14,000 feet above California, bringing our VIP client, whoops, forgot to take these off, VIP clients into Big Bear Lake, and we are going to be buying a brand new plane today. I can't lie, so I've been grinding a lot. We have a lot of money saved up after this landing. If everything goes well, I think we're going to be in good shape. We're going to be able to buy something new, but I have really fallen in love with this plane. We have done tons and tons of flights on this thing. You can even see when we look outside. I mean, look at how dirty she is. She definitely could use a bit of a wash. I think that's something that we're probably going to want to do here soon. We want to make sure we're taking care of old girl. Well, all of a sudden we have a livery now. There was a big update that just came out like yesterday or something like that, so thankfully it's finally red. Maybe if we try to repaint it again at some point in the future, we're actually going to be able to choose some different colors. But yeah, we're going to be heading into Big Bear here. Let's see where we're at on our EFB. We are kind of cutting the corner here. I skipped our flight path, skipped the bracket, skipped everything. We're just kind of trying to get up to Binja up here, and then that's going to bring us straight in to Big Bear. Pretty sure Big Bear is going to be off in this mountain range over here. It's so crazy how it's so flat across all of this, and then all of a sudden you've got this giant mountain range where you can go skiing, and you're a couple hours away from the ocean, so you could literally ski and snowboard and then also surf in the same day, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, I think it's going to be somewhere in here. This is my first time completely cutting the corner on something, so like we haven't hit any of our flight path objectives or anything like that. Los Angeles Center sounds good. One thing I have noticed is the free camera is really nice because it will show you the original flight path that it had you taking. You don't have to take I think this is the bracketed path that it has you on. You can take your own flight path. You can build your own flight paths. Obviously, you can do anything you want. So we took kind of a bit of a shortcut here. Don't get too aggressive on the turn here, Trev. There are brackets over there. We'll take that. All right, so it looks like we did okay. There's Binja. That's what we're looking for. We're going to maybe add some flaps. That's Big Bear right there, the lake off in the distance. We're going to drop down to 9,400 feet. Let's go ahead and put our vertical speed mode on. We're going to drop this 800 feet per minute. I don't want to go too fast. We obviously don't. We want to be careful not to overspeed up here, but we're going to be all right. We honestly probably could take it off autopilot. Would be the smartest thing to do here, but it's going to be fine. We're going to be as lazy as we can. All right, controls are mine. We are heading in here. What a beautiful day for flying, and all we need is just a solid landing here. That is all I'm asking for. So we're trying to descend to 9,400. And I'm pretty sure the runway is going to be somewhere in here. We flew into here before in a previous episode, so I think it's going to be somewhere around there. That's it right there. That's where we're heading to. Okay, beautiful. So we're looking pretty good airspeed-wise. Let's go ahead and throw down that landing gear. See these guys coming out here. Beautiful, looking good. Even the bottom of this thing is so torn up. Not torn up, but just, you know, kind of a little weathered. We've been out there, we've been flying through some crazy stuff. I had a couple of near misses and things, but it's been a long grind. I'll show you guys all the missions we had to do. A lot of these VIP missions pay pretty well. You know, you can get a couple 100,000 for them, but to save up millions, it takes some time. I'm gonna start reducing power a little bit here. We're gonna be fine. See it from the outside, looking good. Coming into Big Bear. I mean, it's just desert wasteland everywhere, and then you've got this beautiful lake and trees and greenery all over the place. Here we go. Airspeed's looking okay. I'm gonna go ahead and cut power. Maybe add second set of flaps. We are coming in pretty hot here, but we're okay. Keeping good airspeed. Little high on the approach, I think. Ooh. Maybe too much flap. Goodness. We were losing a low. Announce our landing. Yep. We're coming in to land, just so you know. I don't really love the secondary flaps on this thing. That was a bit panicked, I'm not gonna lie. I thought we might crash that. Okay, I usually don't go secondary flaps on this thing, and now I know why. Dude, we were falling out of the sky right there, but we saved it. That was pure panic. Had to add a bunch of throttle right at the very end to keep us from just slamming into the ground. But, okay, you know, I nearly killed us, but I got us here. It's all right. You know, you look like you're towards the end of your life anyway, so at least I didn't bring that to an early close.
Great flight. This airline's pretty good. I'll consider flying with them again.
I mean, to each their own. I don't know if I would recommend that, but yeah, look at this hot rod, dude. My goodness. The red on there is nice. We're not going to be selling her. Really enjoyed flying this thing lately, but I think it's time that we move on to bigger and better pasture. I wouldn't say better, but we're going to move on to higher paying pastures. I actually, like, I panicked there. I thought we were about to crash that jet. Okay, so we missed some procedures. I think that's because we aren't hitting some of our waypoints. I think your takeoff waypoint and your landing waypoint are the two most important. So we lost a little bit there, but everything else went well. Even the landing was pretty good. We'll take an A. I'm not upset about that. So that's going to be 570,000 XP. And I'm going to guess we're going to make, I was going to say 200. It was 150,000 on that. Dude, the reputation is honestly kind of broken. We have gone back and forth, yo-yoed from A to D over and over and over again. But all right, so we're at $1.79 million. Oh, this is a little bit stressful. I'm hoping this goes well, but we'll see what happens. So we're going to go in for Cloud Clingers. This is our package delivery business. We are going to manage this Cessna 172 Skyhawk. We are going to sell this bad boy for $262,000. Get rid of it. I don't want it. We're also going to go into Get You There, which is our charter company, and this thing right here. We're going to manage this, update our checkup. Let's see what this thing's worth, $219,000. This hopefully is going to barely get us above $2.1 million. So now if we go in to Cloud Clingers, our package delivery company, we are going to be buying our next aircraft, and we are going to be buying a used Cessna 208B Grand Caravan. So this is that the turboprop certification that we got recently. Looks like $800,000 in maintenance overdue on the flight controls, 67 on the landing gear, 25 in general, 283 in the engine. So this thing is not in the best condition, but it's okay. We're just going to go for it because we're going to be able to make a lot of money with this thing, and that's ultimately what counts. I like that colorway too. Okay. We're definitely going to be doing the premium insurance if we're flying it ourselves. And where do we want to put this? Is it going to tell us? I really hope we have some missions here, dude. I'm going to be upset. I'm going to put it at Los Angeles. $2.1 million. I mean, we should have enough money. If we need to move it, we can. But that's the most money that we have ever spent. Cessna 208B Grand Caravan delivered at KLAX. All right, that feels good. Again, she's not in the best condition, but hopefully she's going to be able to get us at least to one package delivery, because I think the medium cargo missions make you a lot more money, a lot more than anything we've seen thus far. It should let you see what missions it will let you take in certain areas. This is where the moment of truth is. Let's hope that we have some medium cargo delivery missions in this area. Oh my God, dude, this is amazing. It's a 5-hour flight. It's going to pay $384,000, but it's going to be more than that. 440, 414. The question is, can this thing make one flight? We needed to make one of these flights. If it could do one of these, then we're going to be fine. I'm looking for the most expensive one that we can find. I've seen 540s. This one's pretty good, 474. I kind of want to fly south because it's way easier to land in the better weather. I mean, this is pretty insane right here. Standard freight from Klamath to Lake Powell. Let me see what we're going to be doing. I really don't... Oh, we're going to have limited IFR at the end. It looks like it's decent weather. I think we can do this. It's a 6.5-hour mission. 2-star. I think we can do this. It's going to cost us $40,000 to transfer our plane over there. Oh my gosh, dude, we are going all in on this. I'm down. Let's do it. We have a sketchy plane that has nearly $1 million in maintenance due on it, and we're going to go for a 6-hour flight to start things off. What could possibly go wrong? Absolutely nothing. I am fully confident in this thing. As long as she can get this one mission done, we could literally pay for every repair that we need and then some. Still have some profit left over. Be able to pay this thing off, hopefully, and maybe a couple of flights. We'll see. Dude, it's crazy that these cargo missions pay this much. It's so much more than what we had with the private jet transportation. It's literally like this is 5 times more than we have ever made, which is just insane. My goodness, look at this thing. All right, Cloud Clingers with their newest asset. This is what $2.1 million gets you. I'm a little bit nervous about it. I'm not going to lie. I'm really hoping... Oop, that's not what I meant to do. What do you want me to do? Close this again? It won't let me remove that. Okay, well, we're just going to do the chocks. We'll take our pitot cover off. Got that there. Wonder if we're going to be able to do... Oh, you can do the engine stuff from other places. There it is. All right. There is our $2.1 million bird. And it's about time that we get this thing in the sky. I'm really nervous, dude. This thing... In our practice mission, the engine just shut off. I wonder what's going to happen when we actually own it. Like, this could be really, really bad. Let's go ahead and get this thing fired up. I kind of want to take a look at this guy here. Let's get a bigger view of it. Let's see what our flight plan is looking like. Center on the aircraft. Looks like we're going straight across,
Sensitive
nothing
cargo
crazy.
containers are designed to withstand turbulence, but keep a steady flight speed and adjust accordingly. A timely and secure delivery will ensure that everyone is satisfied.
Okay. I mean, that looks pretty good to me. I'm not upset with that at all. We got to be careful about landing this thing. We got to remember our reverse thrust and everything else. Go ahead and announce our taxi.
Sierra 5-1
Release the parking
Cessna,
brakes.
November 5-902-902 is
We're gonna move
taxiing
forward
to
a hold
runway
short.
11.
My goodness, dude, this thing is insane. Gonna stop the hold short, announce our takeoff.
Sierra 5-1 traffic Cessna,
runway.
November 5-902-902, taking off runway 11 departure to the east.
Dude, it's just so insane how, like, big but fast this thing is. Like, if you're not doing your reverse thrust, this thing just keeps rolling and rolling and rolling. I think we're gonna be going down to the end, turning around. Looks like it. That takeoff behind us looks really sketchy. we're gonna have to gain quite a bit of altitude pretty quickly, which I'm a little nervous about, but we're gonna be okay. Old girl's got it. I have confidence in her. Let's just get her down, get her turned around, and we'll deal with this one step at a time. My goodness. I hope you're ready. You look like a seasoned vet. I appreciate you having you in here with me because I'm a little bit nervous about this. We might be delegating to your expertise here. See if we can get this thing turned around. I don't know how well she maneuvers. I would imagine not that well. Oh gosh. Really not that well. It's okay though. Just gonna dip a little something off the side here. Okay, I'm officially very nervous. Oh goodness, dude. Oh goodness. I feel like we didn't really have every inch of the runway that we needed there. There's no way. We have this big plane loaded up with all sorts of cargo and we're going right at the side of a mountain. Rotate, V1 rotate. All right, rotating. Bro, if we would have sent it right into the side of the mountain right off the bat, oh my gosh, we gotta go, we gotta go. We're gonna contact ATC. Come on. Full power.
Seattle Center Cessna, November 5-902-902 is type Cessna Caravan 1 mile southeast of Sierra 5-1, 400 feet.
The thing is, we gotta take care of the engines. We do not want to over-stress the engines because they've got $800,000 in delayed maintenance on them already. There's no way we want to do anything worse than that. Okay, we're still not stall speed here. Well, we still need to climb up out of the mountains. Acknowledge the squawk. Dude,
Squawk 270 tree, Cessna 292.
Are we going to be able to make this? I think we might.
292 radar contact 2 miles southeast of Sierra.
We want to be careful of this down here. I want to try to...
75.
Let me try to take a look at this. I want to make sure, see, if we're full throttle, we're kind of too high on the RPMs. I want to try to keep it backed
Roger,
off a little
Cessna,
bit as long as our
292.
airspeed is staying good. We should probably reduce flaps. Dude, this is so stressful. $2.1 million plane and we are fully responsible for it. Our entire business rides on this. We have put every single egg that we own in one basket. Please, please make it up out of here. Let's not miss any ATC things and let's have a good day today.
Miles southeast of Sierra 5, 1,600 foot. Request IFR to uniform 906 ready to copy.
Oh my gosh, we're losing airspeed.
Cessna November 5 902
Okay, we're gonna have to give it a little bit more gas, I think.
Uniform 906 airport is filed.
Bro, I don't know if we're gonna get out of here. I don't know if we're gonna get out of here. It's gonna be really close.
Cessna November 599292.
I think we're gonna have to go
Clear
right.
Uniform 906 Airport as filed.
Can she make it?
2703.
She can make it. She can make it. I believe. I believe. We are pushing.
Cessna 292, read back correct. Radar contact 2,000 feet. Altimeter
You're fine.
29er. 752
I don't think she's fine.
left heading 095. Resume
I
all
don't think she's fine.
navigation
We're gonna have to go
climb
around.
And maintain FL
It's okay.
450.
It's okay. Yep. Yep. I hear you. We're taking a little diversion.
Proceed on course climb and maintain FL 450 Cessna 292.
Engines, just hang in there. All right, I'm gonna back off. Let's take care of the engines. That's the biggest thing. Are we gonna be able to get around here? I mean, it's not good when you don't have enough horsepower to get up out of the freaking place that you're taking off from. This is really not good, but we're gonna be fine. Looks like we might be able to ride this valley a little bit here, and we can cut around the mountain on the left here in a second. Reach 45,000 feet. I can't go to 45,000 feet in this plane. That is one thing. You need to look at the EFB beforehand. We might be able to fix it. Hold on, I'm gonna pause it. Before your mission, you're supposed to go in. You're supposed to take a look at this, and we need to 120. That's gonna make it 12,000 feet, I believe. Can we like enter that? We unpause. It's not gonna update. But you are supposed to do that beforehand. I don't know why the game doesn't default to something normal, because there's obviously no way in an unpressurized plane you can go that high. So it's kind of silly that it does that, but I guess it is what it is. And it looks like we did make it up out of the mountains. We're good to go, dude. Oh my God, that was stressful. Bit of a sketchy start there, but we were able to iron everything out. And for the next like 45 minutes, everything was going swimmingly. Until it wasn't. Now, there is a very common bug right now. Basically, the weather in career mode is just super messed up right now. And when you're in some of the like lighter, slower jets, it will literally just blow you out of the sky. Some people are having it where it just instant mission fails them. Other times, like this situation here, you just fall out of the sky. This wasn't an icing issue. It wasn't an engine issue. It wasn't anything else. It just like the plane literally just got blown out of the sky. So I was able to stop it, restart the mission. We abandoned it. I'm not going to try that one. That one might be glitched. I did find this mission here. So we've got one leaving north of Los Angeles. We're going to be going down to Baja California, about halfway down, which isn't too bad. Obviously, you know, a little bit warmer weather. Maybe the weather isn't going to be as bad. I mean, it's a little bit scary to take this thing over international waters when we don't know the condition of the plane and we're over $800,000 in the hole in terms of maintenance, but we're just going to have to hope for the best, baby. Here we go. This is T. Martin Airways, and this is hopefully the start of the second phase of our company. I got third phase, technically. We started with cargo, we went to VIP transport, and now we're going back to cargo, baby. So I'm feeling good about this one. Hopefully we're going to be able to get this done. Hopefully we don't randomly combust and fall out of the sky. Now, if we take a look at our flight plan here, you can see traditionally we would take off, we would go east, we would kind of take a bit of a southeast thing, come out over the water, bounce around, hit here, bounce back, and then we're going to end up landing at our final destination. I think with the status of this plane and the service and everything else lost us here, I think it's going to be in our best case scenario, or our best interest, to just kind of go straight there. We're not going to bounce around. We're not going to add any extra engine hours or anything. One of the biggest things we're going to have to worry about is this stuff. We want to make sure all of our engine readouts are staying well below the red, because we want to make sure that we can get there on time and safely. So let's go ahead and request our taxi clearance, release our parking brakes.
With Romeo, ready to taxi IFR.
We're gonna be good to go. Oh my goodness, this is stressful. How you doing, man? Thank you for joining me. I really hope we make it. This bucket of bolts is not really doing that hot, but we're hoping she's gonna be able to get us there on time and get us there in one piece. But yeah, we're gonna try to be as responsible as we can on the engines. It might take us a little bit longer to get there. We definitely aren't gonna be maxing these things out. I don't even really, like, we're obviously gonna have to max it out on takeoff, but apart from that, we're definitely gonna be taking it easy on this thing. So let's see what we can do. Is the deer in the middle of an airport in Southern California? Interesting. Basically, all of our eggs are in this basket. I think if we crash here, the plane's not going to be covered. I think we're flying without insurance right now. I've been trying to do some research on how insurance works, because it's weird. It says that you're billed every 24 hours, but for this plane, our insurance is $60,000 per flight hour for the premium insurance, We currently have, I did one extra mission just to give us a little bit of funding. We've got 100,000 credits in the bank right now. So we have, you know, an hour and a half of flight hour coverage. I don't exactly know how it works. I'm trying not to push these engines too hard. I really don't want to fully stress them. So we're just going to go nice and easy here to be able to take off. V1 rotate, let's go. We're going to lift off, nice and easy. Nice and easy, nice and easy. There it is. Probably the slowest takeoff that we have had. We're going to be good to go. It has us going to 28,000 feet. We should have fixed that beforehand. There's no way that's going to be happening. But we're just going to do a slow, easy turn to our left here. Good takeoff. Just take care of the engines, please. It does look like we've got a pretty nice day here in Southern California. They never disappoint. Nice, you know, sunny and 70 degrees. It's typically what you get out here. So we're going to hopefully have a nice, easy flight down. And I'm assuming we're going to want to go somewhere in this direction. We're not going to be following that flight plan. Like I said, we are going to be taking the most direct path that we possibly can. So let's go ahead and pause this. Let me see what we've got going on. Actually looks like that is pretty much perfect. We're going to throw our autopilot on with this heading set up, and then we're going to say, let's select an altitude. I don't want to go too high. I think that would be a mistake. Let's go for like, I don't think we're going to have any mountains in the way, so let's go for like 6,000 feet maybe. And then we can throw our vertical speed mode on, and we're going to have that increase just slowly, 200. So we're flying well here. Everything's looking good. We could honestly even pull back a little bit more on the power. I really want to make sure we're being nice to these engines here. So, I mean, obviously this bug right here is kind of where you typically want to be. We're fine. It's going to be fine. Let's just keep it nice and easy. Keep the oil PSI, keep everything all good to go. Fuel quantity looks good. Okay, everything's good. We're on a good heading here. We're climbing slowly. Our airspeed is staying there. We're all good to go. Now, the thing is it has us going up to 28,000 feet. Obviously, that's not going to work. This is not a pressurized aircraft. We would suffocate and you know, go crazy and die. So we're going to go in. We're going to try to request a cruising altitude decrease. Now, this is something that when you open your EFB before the thing, you can change it. So if you go in here,
Cessna 292. Request FL 180.
We can request FL, I would say like 80. So 8,000 feet. I think I looked it up on ChatGPT. The typical cruising altitude of this thing is like 10 to 12,000 feet, depending. Obviously, we have a lot of weight and stuff back here. So I don't want to climb too much. I think we're going to be fine sticking about where we're at here. Yes. I'm going to acknowledge the fact that you confirmed us to go to 18. I'm going to request a decrease to 8. Now, I don't think they're going to allow that, but we'll see.
Los Angeles Center Cessna 292. Request 8,000 feet.
Cessna 292 climb and maintain 8,000 feet.
8,000 feet, they did. All right, perfect. So I think we could go to 8. Should we try 6?
8,000 foot Cessna 292.
Or like maybe a 5,000 foot? Let's see, we're going to request another 3,000 foot reduction. This is stressful, dude. I just really hope this works out for us. Come on, baby. We need this. Request declines.
Los Angeles Center Cessna 292. Request 6,000 feet.
They won't let us go to 6,000 feet either. And they won't let us go to 7,000 feet. Okay, so they want us at 8,000 foot minimum. I don't know if that's because we're going to have mountains. I mean, obviously there is a little bit of topography going on down there, but I don't think it's going to be that bad. I don't think it's going to be much more than what we're looking at here. So I think we're okay. I think we're going to stay where we're at. It's going to take more engine power to get up there than it's worth it. I just want these engines to last until we get there. That's literally all that matters. So we could even say, I'm going to bring our altitude down. We're going to say, let's just cruise low and slow at like 2,200 feet. We're going to keep it nice and simple and hope that things work out for us. So let's see, make sure we're still on the right path here. Looks like we're taking a pretty direct line. We could kind of move the heading a little bit to the right. Not too much. I'm not going to be able to go to 8,000 feet. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. It's not worth the stress on the engines. We are just going to chill right like this, and we're going to hope that we can make it to our destination. Oh, my goodness. Come on, baby. You can do it. I believe in you. I trust in you. I've thrown every single one of my eggs in this basket, dude. If something goes wrong, I would probably cry. Hours upon hours upon hours of grinding all comes down to this. She is a beautiful bird, dude. We're gonna make so much money with you. Obviously, we need to get you fixed up. I want to get you looking pretty, nails done, hair done, everything did. We're gonna make sure you are feeling your best, but we need you to do this one mission successfully beforehand. That is all that I can ask for. Just cardboard gold sitting in the back here. Pretty smooth flight so far, so that's good news. Everything's looking good. We're just holding steady. We're trying to go straight to our objective. Let's kind of check that again, make sure our heading looks good. That's all solid there. Engines are working at like maybe 80% capacity, maybe a little bit left. I don't know what half of these are. We've got torque, foot-pounds of torque, ITT, NG, not sure. Oil pressure, temperature, everything else looks good so far. Obviously, ATC is going to have an absolute conniption over what's happening here because we are totally off our flight plan. We are flying over the water when we're not supposed to. We are not anywhere close to our ideal altitude or anything, but you know what? Sometimes your boy's got to risk it for the biscuit. Dude, this is so cool. Look at that. Mexico off in the distance, starting to come into view. We have almost crossed the Pacific leg of this flight. Obviously, we're going to be going, what is that? Like the Gulf of California? Is that what it's called? I forget. Yep, looked it up. That's the Gulf of California there. But we're not going to be flying over that as we're supposed to. You know, it wants you to kind of stay on land as much as you can, at least be within an area where you could glide to safety if you had to. No, we're just going to go straight over Mexico, and we're going to hope that there's not like a major mountain range we have to watch out for. I know they have mountains. I don't think it's that major though. I think we're going to be okay with where we're at. We can see a topographical map here. You can see like in here, it's a little bit rough. So we might even want to swing down the coast and then across. That might work a little bit better, but we'll see. This is really fun to listen to. So we're on, I think like a 16 times speed increase here, just kind of flying across the Pacific, and ATC is really upset with us. I think I'm getting my pilot's license revoked, but that's fine. You know, we're going to make, hopefully, a solid amount of money on this thing, and it's all going to be worth it. I live by the rule set. It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission, and in a lot of situations it does kind of work out better that way. So we're just going to keep pushing through and pretending like our headset was turned off. Sorry, ATC. Getting passed off to Mazatlan here, which is kind of exciting. Welcome to Mexican airspace here. Let's see if they'll let us request a cruising altitude decrease here.
Mazatlan Center Cessna.
Ooh, we definitely have some mountains.
Request
Oh my
4,000
goodness,
feet.
dude. Oh, this is stressful.
Cessna November 5, 902, request denied.
Request denied. Okay, I'm gonna say let's take a look at this here. So the thing is I'm pretty sure if we put too much stress on the engines, we're gonna get ourselves in a really bad spot. I say we come down, and then like in here is gonna be a good spot to cross. We could even cross maybe through here. So I think we change it, and we're not going to try to go over the peninsula here. We're just going to kind of ride the coastline. It'll give us something to look at, which is nice. And then that way we're not potentially getting ourselves in a situation where we can't undo what we've done. So we're going to move our heading a little bit. We're just going to kind of skirt the coastline here, and they're just going to continue yelling at us, and they're going to have to get over themselves. ATC, you act like you know everything. You don't. They definitely do. I do think we improve it a little bit. Maybe we try to go to like 3,500 or something. 100 feet a minute to 3,500. I'm not going to be able to make it to 8,000. I'm sorry. It's just, it's literally impossible. I'm taking care of my engines. I'm going to make sure I get these packages here. That's all that matters. They got to get there in time for Christmas. So we're going to be okay. We're just going to skirt the coastline here. We're going to make sure we're keeping an eye out for any sort of mountainous regions and hopefully not flying into the side of a cliff. This is insane, dude. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Can we open up the window? Nope, not gonna let me open the window. It'd be kind of cool. Just stick your arm out. And my hand is a dolphin. You guys remember that? Oh, this is so freaking beautiful. I can't wait till I can actually enjoy flying this thing in the places that we're about to go and the money that we're about to make when I'm not absolutely terrified, because everything is riding in this basket. If we crash this plane, our business is basically over. We'll still have the Vision Jet, but to think to have to grind back up and make another $2.1 million is absolutely disgusting to me. That's like 15 to 20 Vision Jet flights realistically, because you don't always get the big dogs that pay a lot. I would say the average is like 100K, sometimes a little bit more. So I'm sweating. Welcome to Mexico, baby. Oh my goodness, this is just beautiful country. Absolutely love this. Dude, it's Still such a long way to go. Oh my gosh, I'm so freaking stressed out. I'm so stressed. My hands are so sweaty right now, just micromanaging everything. We have had engine failures before in this game due to maintenance and wear, and obviously every minute that goes by here, we are putting more and more wear and tear on these things. Oh, if we can land this one mission, we're gonna be able to pay to fix everything on you. Trust me, girl. Just get us there, okay? Just get us there in one piece, please. If we look at our topographical map, it looks like out to the east here is going to be the highest point of the mountains in the area, which, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell, and obviously we've got some weird curvature and stuff happening here. It looks like we would probably have to fly up a little bit to get over that, but I think we're going to be able to find an opening down here. And truthfully, we probably could go to 8,000 feet. I'm tempted to, but I feel like we are so far into this. We're over halfway into this. I don't want to do anything to rock the boat here. We're just going to do exactly what we've done thus far. We're going to let this thing cruise at like 70% of its engines. We're not going to force it to go up more. I mean, we could have it go up a little bit, you know, over time. So we could move this to like 4,000 feet. We're at 3,500. Put the VS mode on. Put it at 100 feet per minute. It's not going to notice much there, but really any extra wear and tear on the engine, I'm just trying to avoid at all costs. Now, the other thing we're going to be able to do to reduce wear and tear is going to be just to get there as fast as possible. And obviously, if we can draw a straight line through, that would be ideal. Where I guess we want to go through right here. So we're going to try to get down. It's kind of like the southern tip of this island. I want to go straight through, but I'm just nervous that's asking a bit too much. If we zoom in, I mean, we can't move the map there. It's, you know, there's a big gap right there. There's a bit of a gap right there. We might try to shoot that, actually. If we just go straight, kind of skirt all this and try to get right there and shoot through and then come around and land. Oh boy. Starting to get away from the coastline over there. We're going to make our way inland. Just going to try to kind of, you know, this, it's like making a football tackle or something. You want to get that angle of attack. We don't want to keep going down this and then have to cut at the last minute, because that's going to have more. If we can kind of skirt all this, it's just going to, even if it takes down our flight by 5 minutes, that's going to be all the more worth it. It's crazy to think about what could be down there. Just miles and miles and miles and miles of just bare desert wasteland we're flying over. Imagine going down in this. That would not be pleasant. Yeah, it's getting close-ish. I would say we're good for right now, but it's definitely getting close-ish in terms of, ooh, I think I just reduced the engines a lot. We don't want to do that, Trev, for sure. That stuff out there would not be good. So let's see where we're at right now. We got to be careful about this thing in front of us. Let's make sure, let me bring this up. Let's make sure that we're we're maybe a little aggressive here. We're going to want to skirt the coast a little bit more. So we're going to move our heading over. We want to bring the nose over this so that we can get through here. And then we're going to cut as soon as we get past that point. Maybe a little bit more, 132 degrees. Dude, it is so cool that we can just completely fly the plane like this. There we go. That's a better heading there. We're trying to avoid this chaos out here. Kind of looks like we're still heading for it. I'm hoping we're going to be okay. We might need to go a little bit more to the right. I think we might want to shoot through here and then cut left. This thing is so cool. Yeah, so we can see the plane is pointed here, but you can see our plane is actually going to end up a little bit to the left. This is where the plane is pointing. This little green guy, based on wind and everything else, is where your plane is going to end up. So we're going to end up somewhere off over here, which looks okay. We can maybe do like 1 or 2 degree, 3 degree to the right just to make sure we skirt all this, but we're looking all right. And now this is where it gets a little bit interesting. So this is that mountain range we were avoiding, but we're going to want to kind of cut it here, I think. So we can see on our map, gosh, I hope this works out. I really think we're going to want to go through here. I think if we can go over that, that's going to be huge for us. So we can start to cut it left here. I mean, technically, we'd probably have a little bit less if we came up and around and did this, but then that's going to add a lot to our flight time. So I'm going to cut her left, and we're going to try to go out over this, come around, and land. Final part of this flight. I'm nervous. I don't really know exactly what our heading is going to be, but we're going to start with that. We're going to see what happens. I do not want to stress these engines. Let's make sure we're keeping an eye on all of these. If anything, I would like to back it down a little bit if we could. Let me pull up our map here and let's see where we're looking. I think we're going to want to go a little bit more on that heading. Oh my goodness, boys. I love that we've been like kind of prepared for this. We've slowly but surely learned as we've gone along. We're getting better. I think we're gonna want to go around this area. We've learned how to use the autopilot. We've, you know, gotten better at landings and whatever else, but it's like this is still absolutely nerve-wracking. So let's see. I think we might need to go a little bit more right. Gonna bring this back to 106 degrees. We're just trying to avoid, and obviously we can look out here too. Don't just look at your maps, Trev. You've got VFR out here. We just want to make sure we're not running into any ground. Anything solid is not good. We want to stay up here in the air. This is so crazy, bro. We are in the middle of the peninsula at this point. You can kind of see a little bit of ocean off over there, but we are smack dab over the middle. We chose a pretty thin part to fly over to here, which is good. Kind of cutting a corner there. We are almost to our objective. It is right there in front of us. Please, dude. We need this so... Oh, look at the mountains up there, too. Yeah, I'm not messing with those. That's probably this, I would assume. This is what we're looking at there. So we're going to be taking a bit more of a left. We're going to try to shoot through the gap here. Checking in. We're looking good. All right. We're going to want to pretty much go west here. This is our gap. This is what we're shooting through. This is what we're avoiding. We're also trying to avoid this over here. So we found our gap. This U right here is that right there. So we're going to move a little bit more to the east. About 104 degrees. Looks good to me. We can speed this up. We're going to try to shoot through this gap, circle around, and hopefully get this bird on the ground. IFR via ATC.
Cessna 2902. Cancel IFR at this time.
We're good to go. We honestly didn't even need IFR. San Lucas Military Airstrip. We did a good job here. We did a really good job here. We wouldn't have made it over any of these mountains. We were able to find our way through our maps, through our planning, through everything else. We got very lucky that our altitude that we chose was good. Good enough to get over this central part here. But things are looking good. All right.
Mike C. Sierra Romeo traffic Cessna, November 5902, 90260 miles, northwest 4000 Fort inbound to land runway 1.
I hate this game, bro. There are so many glitches with Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm gonna go replay that. I'm gonna finish it. Basically, what's gonna happen is we will make around $1 million for this mission. We were 10 minutes from finishing it. The first time we try it, we get a glitch where the wind just blows you out of the sky. The second time we try it, the game quits when you're 10 minutes from finishing and making $1 million. Unbelievable. I will see you guys in the next one. We're gonna have to do some grinding off screen. I honestly, we're gonna hop back into specializations. Next one, we're going back to career mode, not in our own personal business, and we're gonna be getting the aerial firefighting endorsement. I'm pissed. I had to take my uniform off because I'm upset. I'm hot, dude. So technically, real time, that's a 5.5 hour flight. Obviously, we were using the game speed up a little bit, so it was better than that. But we were still in the hour markers. Why can we not get games that are finished anymore? I don't get it. Like, that is a 5.5 hour mission in a game that I was literally so close to finishing. And dude, it's unreal. What has happened to gaming? I just want finished games. All right, that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to rage. I'll see you guys in our next episode.